Alright, that was a beautiful eclipse, so I pulled a couple cards. I might start making this a daily thing because these are just good for dailies, especially these little namaste cards. So it's interesting. I pulled this one first, so I was looking at this and just, you know, phonetically, etymologically breaking down namaste, naga, knowledge, okay, masta, master, and then aster is star, start. Okay, so all these things, I was really getting that, like, yeah, master, me, a divine master of self, acknowledging, recognizing, and honoring you, a divine master of self. Even if it's just in potential, you're still a divine master of yourself, okay? Because that's, God encoded that in you, all right? I hope it's bright enough in here to be able to see the card, but... Okay, so the one that came out for the Namaste deck was this one, and it flipped out. Yeah, let me turn the light on. Okay, yeah, because these cards are really pretty. There you go. So look at that big burst of sunshine. 3 butterflies, the Trinity, okay, anchoring spirit into form, okay, the light codes. And it kind of looks like, if you just look at that part, it's like the spirit, the Father bursting forth out of Divine Mother, out of the cosmos. It looks like the cosmos, kind of. All that rainbow part. The dark matter that contains the rainbow. And so this is the golden light of the sun. The S-U-N and the S-O-N, right? That transformation, metamorphosis. The light codes. I was really getting the light codes for this transformation that's happening, okay, and with this eclipse, and then there's going to be a solar eclipse. Oh, and I forgot to share in the Resonance Oracle deck, I showed the top card was We're Connected. The next top card down was the eclipse card. It doesn't say lunar or so, it just eclipse, okay, so very interesting. Okay, so eclipse energies. Right, so sunlight blessing. So it says, sunlight blessing. A ray of light bursts through the cloud of uncertainty, and darkness transforms to light. A new day is born, and the first buds of spring appear. I know, literally, I was just talking about that in my most recent video, or one of them. Yeah, walking around yesterday, I was like all the little iris, and I have like iris, and there's a little patch that has tulips that were already, you know, planted from the people that lived here before, but so yeah, I noticed all the bulbs coming up all over town as I was walking around, and it's like so warm. It's like mid 60s. It's gonna be just about 70, low 70s this next week coming up. So I'm like, it's February. This usually is like the coldest time. So it's awesome that it's, yeah. So you are blessed with the birth of something new. A new season of your life begins with whisper with, yeah, just the wind. Okay. With this very special blessing. So beautiful. Trinity. Trinity, okay, so they anchor a lot of, okay, so from this deck, I was shuffling, and one turned all the way sideways, and it was when I was looking at this box lid, because it's sitting here on my bed as I'm shuffling the other deck, because I already pulled that card, and so as I'm looking at this box deck while I'm shuffling the other deck, I'm doing the master, okay, phonetically, etymologically, I'm meditating on this while I'm shuffling this deck, and this card turns around sideways, doesn't flip out, turns totally sideways like that though, okay, and I'm shuffling upright like this. So I pull it out, flip it over, and it's as I'm looking at Namaste and going Aster, start, mastery, self-mastery. Okay, self-mastery. And it's a 2, which means, okay, and see how it forms that triangle, that trinity? Tree, triangle, trinity. I went to school with a girl named Trin. We used to call her Trin. Trinity. So, this triangle, this trinity, partnership, that's why it's a 2. Self-mastery can't be done alone. You have to do it with God, and you have a partner down here on earth, okay? God will give you a mirror to do self-mastery with. It doesn't have to be a twin. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing. This whole journey down here is all mirrored reflections. Okay, we reflect, as we reflect more perfectly, the quickening, okay, as we ascend, that quickening, that reflection, that instant karmic balancing, that's what the quickening is, because it's like boom, 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 highest vibration. That's what the violet, the crown chakra is the iris. Okay, anyway, that just came out. So, because all the irises are blooming. Iris is in the house. Any irises? Anyone named Iris watching? So, and of course, okay, the side view. This is like the eye. Okay, the light comes into that. Boom. Magic happens. So self-mastery, 2, partnerships, okay, God, we're triangulating with God, okay, and then with your partner down here, that's how you self-master. That's why it's a 2. The testes, the ovaries, okay, 2 wings, 2 lungs working together with God. That's the Trinity, that's the partnership, that's the 1, 2, 1. It's these diamonds, okay? Or you can look at it as like, you know, an arc, like an eye, like a Vesca Pisces, or it could be, so it's 1, a God, we split into 2, we come back together, 1, okay, diamond, splits off to 2, so it's just like this diamond chain, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's all anything is really just 1s and 2s, or 0, you can say 0 too, because that's all this out here. Okay, but the form is the partnership with the Father. Okay, this Trinity, that's what Mother wants us to do. Okay, ultimately. And that's the A, that's the apex, that's the architect, that's the pinnacle, the Most High God. Okay. So this is anchoring God's light. So let's just read from it because it was, oh, and it's all violet. So self-mastery. I'm just going to read the, I won't read the meditation suggestion. Okay, so the quickening of personal growth. Oh, that's right. Because I read it quickening, but that's so. I didn't even remember that I read that when I was talking about the card. So that's interesting that the triangle was giving me the quickening back, the quickening message. Okay, so the quickening of personal growth, release and renewal, self-care. This is page 19. This healing mandala holds the 12th dimensional energies that are being collectively experienced. These energies are becoming more and more prominent as the earth aligns to higher vibrations. Yeah, all the violet, higher and higher, the apex, the quickening, ascension. Okay, that triangulation with God and the twin flame, the reflection. You may have felt physical symptoms such as dizziness, ringing in the ears, headaches, anxiety, or nausea from certain foods. Or just wake up in the middle of the night nauseous and nothing even in your stomach. With ringing in the ears and no. Okay. These are just a few of the symptoms that may appear as your old self is clearing away the debris to make way for something new. Something new you are integrating. So let me read this again, because this is exactly what's happening. This is very important for people to remember. These are just a few of the symptoms that may appear as your old self is clearing away the debris. I would say your higher self is clearing away the debris. Your old self is the thing being cleared away. But to make way for something new you are integrating. So we have to get rid of the old belief systems, the old triggered responses, the instant gratifications, all these things we've been trained like little monkeys, okay? Now, it's deprogramming and realigning, reconnecting those neural pathways of the ancients and the grandmother, the mitochondria, the nucleus, okay? Your old self is clearing away the debris to make way for something new you are integrating. That's why it's so important, self-care. And okay, so it is suggested that you simply allow the symptoms to pass, but do take the time to offer yourself more love, nourishment, and attention. Okay, it's not a time to socialize and give other people, but this is a time for self. If we are going to self-master, we need to learn how to self-love, self-care, okay? Ask yourself, how may I support you today? Are we asking ourselves, how may I support you today? Okay, we need to communicate with our body. So it says this mandala was created on 8/8/2015. And that reduces to an 8, because 2, 3, yeah. So to represent the commanding energies of the Lion's Stargate. Dude, and wasn't that a lunar eclipse in Leo? Stargate. And I was just thinking of star, because mastery and a star, because that's what master, okay, mother, star. Okay, Lion Stargate, and signifies the great and expansive times of change we are currently in. Created mathematically as an 8, this mandala will assist you in your crystalline self as you integrate the higher photons of light that are being poured forth from the Creator at a level you are ready to receive. Creator, capital C. Okay. This card indicates that you are in an accelerated period of growth. On a soul level, you have asked for this advanced stage on your journey. Remember that. On a soul level, you have asked for this advanced stage on your journey. You're like, no, I haven't. On a soul level, yes, you have. Yes, we have. This is part of taking our power back and remembering that we co-wrote this beautiful story, beautiful, heartbreaking story, full of love and despair, right? It's gorgeous. If you can hurt, then you can heal. And if your heart breaks good, it means you can feel. Okay, now back to the book. So created mathematically as an 8, that pouring forth is ready to receive. This card indicates that you are accelerated period of growth on a soul level. You have asked for this mandala. Okay, this mandala simply asks for this advanced stage This mandala simply asks you to continue to flow and remain anchored within your heart space. Yeah, my eyes went up to the line before that. As your soul experiences tremendous growth, be aware that this no longer needs to be tedious. It can be as gentle as you choose it to be. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, I can take a lot right now. And then the angel's like, okay. I might get scab head. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done with scab head. I want to be pretty for a couple weeks. And maybe slow it down a little bit. Give me some easier stuff to transmute right now or whatever. You know, just, okay, you control that valve. You and God. Nobody else has any control over anything going on here, okay? This is you and God working together. This is self-mastery. You and God. Everybody else butt out, right? You go do work on your self-mastery with God. See? God, self. God, self. And then there's another person over here, God, self. God, because he's the center. And he's like that projector thing in the middle. Okay, and there's all these the little slides all around. And he can just shoot light, any kind of light code out. That's why he's omnipresent, because he's the core. So he can radiate in all directions at all times. Okay, boom. Oh, this slide needs some light on it. Shoots it out. Oh, this one over here needs this code. Shoots the light over. So, okay, that's the omnipresence of God. And which is very interesting because, oh, I thought it said, oh no, the next top card in the other deck was the blessing of omnipresence. Okay, that was the top card when this one flew out. And what was the bottom one? A blessed heart. So, okay. So accelerated period of growth. So it doesn't need to be tedious. It can be as gentle as you choose it to be. As you choose it to be. At its foundation, this mandala speaks of self-mastery. All the different paths you have chosen thus far have led you to the same place. To you, capital Y, capital O, capital U. Your core, your divine self. And I was just saying core about God being that, because I keep getting visuals lately this last past week. And I think it's an old one that came back up and God's showing me again. It's just like I'm like, yeah, he's like that center. He's like that event. Okay, like I did a video, perceptions on perspective or vice versa, whatever it was, and it showed a little diagram. It was like the light, the actual event happening is like a star, radiating and all. That's what God is. That's the omnipresence of God, and it's like a little slide projector thing. And he's like at the core center of it. Okay. And he can grab whatever slide at any time and work with it and activate those light codes, those photon codes. Okay, that's Father, the Spirit. The electric. Okay, the spark, the sperm. The S, perm. Okay, because he makes her permanent. The S is the divine feminine, the wisdom. S, perm, sperm. Perm, okay, permanent. Perm is firm, which is form. Okay. So he is brought into form through her, S, the wisdom, the divine feminine, the serpent, okay? Sperm, S, perm, firm, form, for, the earth. 13 reduces to, okay. The journey to self-mastery is the most important journey there is. So, know your higher guidance celebrates your achievements towards embracing your soul's calling to self-mastery. Yes, it is true that self-mastery is an infinite journey, and it will lead you to discover more and more of your brilliance. And that fairy card, Discovery, I'm telling you, your inner star is shining with incredible luminescence. It is up to you to create new ways of being within your newly created world for all to see. Know your brilliance will spread at the speed of light. And your brilliance is like your luminescence, your luminosity, like a light bulb, okay? How much you radiate light. Brilliant, right? Shining star that you are, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so the key elements: diamond ray, earth star chakra, base chakra, earth, universal self, soul purpose, integration, grounding. And that ends on page 21 and it starts on 19. Okay. All right, just wanted to give you a little one for today. I love you all. Peace be upon you all, and blessings to each and every one.